So, like, who am I? You know what I mean? Like, I know who I am, but what shaped me was getting moved from Ngunnawal country to Yass when I was very young. My mum got sick, I had no choice. We went and lived with my Auntie Eve down at Eds. When we got there, it's just like the Wild West. Drinking, fighting, violence, Yandi being sold, all that, you know, seen that for many years. My environment was very, how do you say, it was very not ideal, you know, but I adapted, adjusted, and made it work, you know. So we moved into my mum's house about 88, 89, give or take, and the first thing that I seen in there was skateboard. Mark Johnson and his mates were riding skateboards in the street. Immediately I was hooked, just by, you know, being a country boy and seeing all that. Yeah. Many years later I had a yarn with Mark, because when I went in the street I always thought it was like a 8-foot high quarter pipe that they were riding on, and I was just like, wow, what is that? What are they doing? Turned out, you know, when he told me to yarn 15 years later, it was like a 3-foot mini ramp, you know. So skateboarding has been a big part of my life since the day that I moved to my mother's house. Massive part of it, you know, and it led me when I went to high school. I learnt to respect other people, most importantly myself. I was an angry young man. My dad wasn't around. All my father figures were either like, they were thieves, they were criminals, they were drunks. I looked up at all these different types of people. The most important thing I can tell you, though, there was heaps of people that I knew not to be like. I knew stay away from. You know, that's their path, that's their journey. You don't want to be like that. You know what they say? Because, like, you know, anyone who's got teenagers will understand this. You know, like, you say to your teenager, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future. You know what I mean? It's very judgmental, but it does ring true. And I guess all those people that my mother told me to stay away from and to not be around, and I didn't listen to her because I knew everything, you know, and I'm sorry, Mum. But yeah, she was right. And mothers are seldom wrong, you know, they're rarely wrong. Just, you know, when your mother passes away, you realise how much you miss her, and how much she taught you, and how much she overcome to give me the chance to even speak right now. Yeah, crazy. But that's just part of the yarn, you know. I did speak about the Yandi or the Bizzo, and you know, it wasn't to buy jewellery, and it wasn't to buy cars or houses or anything like that. It was survival, you know what I mean? And even looking back, like, there was not much culture around in schools, and or maybe there was, I just didn't pay attention. I was just too, I guess, trapped in this household world of easy money and no work and that sort of stuff. So I became a father at 17, and it wasn't until I was 21, when I had my second child, Ryan, that I started to really wake up to myself. My best mate, Chookie, love you, Chook, one of my best mates, you know, he told me, you're going to jail, you keep going, you're going to jail. And I stopped. And that's what led me down the community pathway, or what's called in Dharawal language, Murunengamai, pathway to dreaming. I've skipped heaps here in this yarn, heaps, but I don't even know if I'll share this. It's a bit of therapy right now. And the last little bit of this fresh banana prawn. I don't have enough to. It's really smelly and yucky. Running out of time as well. Set a goal, I'll come in, got a fish, and I'll go back to the ditch program and go home to my garden. What the hell's going on? That's annoying. But 2 things saved my life. Fishing, skateboarding. From a cultural perspective, fishing rod is a spear, skateboard my shield. So I had two my whole life, you know. And when I realized that, many years later, I'm talking 10, 12 years ago, I realized I could create a program. You know, I created a skate program. It's called Ramps to Reel. Yeah, ran that for years. Still in a way run it, but skateboarding teaches resilience, confidence, and unity on a large scale. You know, and fishing is patience building, care for country, care for spirit, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I just got a really good bite. Oh, I got him. No. Got off. That was a good bite, man. Oh no, he's on. He didn't put up a fight. He's on. Tiny one. Oh. That was such a good bite. Like, I thought I was onto a bigger whiting. I haven't got much time. And I caught 2 fish. Mission accomplished. Shared some truthful yarns so far. Oh, little Brimbo. Little tizzy. I just broke my own rule, but it's a new rule. Basically, if you catch a fish here, you should let it go over there. I'm just going to throw this back out. Although presentation is everything, these little fish are hungry, but they'll just hit you and take you. But a bigger fish hit it first. So I'm basically casting just in front of that pontoon there, give or take, and it's really deep. But I'm going to pause this part because it's too long. I have to edit, it takes ages. But that's just a part of me being real, yarning up. And I done it on TikTok the other day about my tribal name, Baray Bamba Gulbi, a name that I earned because of my actions. I'm non-stop, I'm fast, high energy, I get ideas and run with it, and I've slowed down in the last 12 to 15 months, and that's because we've had a lot of people passing in my family, and my wife's mother passed away in the last 12 months, and we've got a 2-year-old who's like a hurricane, non-stop, full of bundle of joy of energy, very smart boy, man, JJ, yeah. Oh, I should just threw the whole head on, for a laugh. What's this? Oh.